Hello, you're welcome to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. Today we have science. Science for Basic 2. So if you are in Basic 2, then it means you are the right place. Okay, so today what are you looking at? We are looking at strand 2. Strand 2. Cycles. All of you, cycles. Okay, so the sub-strand is what? 1. We are looking at earth science. Earth science. Indicator. Recognize the importance of some cyclic natural phenomena such as dry and wet season. I'm taking it again. Indicator. Recognize the importance of some cyclic natural phenomena such as dry and wet season. Okay, so today's lesson we are looking at cyclic events. Cyclic events, and our focus is on dry and wet season. Dry and wet season. So that's what we are looking at today. So in this lesson, there are some words that we will see. So let's look at them, how they are pronounced, and then the meaning. The first word is season. All of you, season. The next word is rainy. 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 From the word rain. Okay. We have harmattan. 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 We also have this word events. 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 And then the next word is cyclic. 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 So now let's look at the meaning. Season. When you talk of season, it can have different words. Meanings, but here we are talking about a period of time in the year. A period of time in the year. In Ghana, we have two main seasons: the dry season and then the wet season. So when you talk of season, we are talking about a period of what? Time within a year or in a year. Okay. The next word is rainy. Rainy. It comes from the word what? Rain. Come from the word what? Rain. So when you describe something as raining, it means we are talking about what? Rain. Okay. The next word is what? Harmattan. Harmattan. So in Ghana, as I explained or I told you about the seasons, we have wet season and dry season. The dry season is also called what? Harmattan. Harmattan. So anytime you hear harmattan, say it again. Harmattan. Anytime you hear harmattan, we are talking about what? Dry season. Okay. The next word is what? Events. Events. So event is something that happens. Something that what? Happens or take place. So day and night is an event. Dry and wet seasons, we can also describe as what? Events. The next one is what? Cyclic. 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 So cyclic is all about something going in a particular direction and at the same pace and the same manner. It goes like that. It doesn't come back, but it goes like on the same direction, right? Okay, so when you talk of cyclic, we are talking about something that follows the same what direction and goes in the same manner. It doesn't what come back or it doesn't what divert the direction. Okay, so that is cyclic. But you get to understand it better as we move on. Now let's continue. In life, we see things that occur over and over again in the same way. We say such events or things occur in a cyclic manner. Look at these what pictures below and tell how they work. So we are talking about things that happened, and this thing, how it happens, the same way, the same pace, the same manner. You see it happening again the following day or the next moment. So such things, we say they happen in what? Cyclic what? Manner. Cyclic manner. So now let's look at this. These are things that happen in cyclic manner. Look at this. This is what? Wall clock. you can see that this clock has what? Hands. One here, this is the second minute, and then the hour. All of them move, but the direction that they move is the same. You see, this one will move like this, come to this point, continue like that. It doesn't stop. The minute hand, the same thing. The hour hand, the same thing. So it tells you that they move in the same direction. Do you get it? And we describe this as what? Cyclic what? Event. Or this can be described as what? Cyclic what? Events. How it happens. We can describe it as what? Cyclic what? Events. Okay. Now let's come to this side. I believe you have this in your school. If you don't have this in your school, you have seen some around before. And what's the name of this? This is called what? Merry-go-round. Merry-go-round. So you see the children, how happy they are. So this will go round like that. It will take them round. So this is another example of what? Things that happen in cyclic what? Events. Now let's come to this side. What do you see here? You can see what's here. You can see the moon and the sun. So it tells you that from this side is what? Night. And from this side to this side is what? Day. So all the time, you see the sun will come. You will see the sun in the sky. It will get to a point that the sun, we will not see it again. The moon will come. After the moon, the sun will come like that. So this will come and then it will go, the next one will come like that. So you see that they happen in a manner that this happened and then it will happen again. Right now, I don't know where you are and at the time that you are watching me. If you are watching me in the evening, you can tell that yes, the moon is there. The next day, you see what? The sun. During daytime, in the evening, you see the moon. So it goes like that. And how it happens, we describe, or we can what? Describe it as what? A cyclic what? Events. Now let's come to this side. Look at the picture here. And tell me what you see. What do you see here? Look at this. And look at this. I can see what? Maize farm. But the ground or the soil is so what? Hard. But look at this side. I can see a beautiful girl with an umbrella. And I can see raindrops. So you can tell that here it doesn't rain, but here it rains. So the difference is that in Ghana, we have two seasons. One season, we will not see any rain fall. So you see this side, the ground will become so hard and you see cracks on the floor. And then look at the plants, the leaves. You see the leaves here, they are even drying up, dying. But when you come to this side, you see the girl so happy. You see, you see that the rain is what? Falling. Apart from that, the grass over here, the color is what? Green, if you compare it to this one. So it tells you that dry season, this is how, or this is what we see, and then wet season, this is what we see. I told you that the dry season is the same as what? The Harmattan season, and the rainy season is the same as what? Wet season. Okay, now let's move on. So A, the clock has hands that move in a cyclic manner. So I shown you the clock, this is the clock, and the hand moves in what? Cyclic manner. B, the merry-go-round also move in a cyclic manner. This is the merry-go-round, and the way it moves, it goes round in what? In a cyclic manner. C, day and night follow each other in a cyclic manner. So you see day, you see night, so they follow each other like that. The next one is what? D. Dry and wet season is another thing that happens every year in Ghana. So some parts of the year experience what? Heavy rainfall. Also, in some parts of the year, the atmosphere becomes very dry. So you see, this is one part of the year, this is another part of the year, or this is one season, this is another season. And in this season, you see rainfall, but the other season you don't see rainfall. So that is what the seasons that I was explaining to you. Now let's move on. Now, what is cyclic events? If I ask you what a cyclic event is, what answer are you going to give? Yes. Do you have any idea? Okay, so let's see. It is an event that happens over and over again in the same manner. It is an event that happens over and over again in the same manner. In Ghana, examples of natural cyclic events are day and night, and dry and wet seasons. What? And what? Dry and what? Wet seasons. So in Ghana, examples of natural events that happen in a cyclic manner, we have what? Day and night. It's a natural phenomenon. Nobody can control day and night. No one has power over it. It's a natural thing that happens. And we have hope that anytime we sleep, a time will come, we wake up, you see the sun. After we have finished all our work for the day, and we are tired, we go to our rooms to sleep. That is when the moon will also show up in the sky. When you wake up, after some time, you see the sun. So it comes like that. One will come, will go, the next one will come like that. And how it happens, we describe it as what? A cyclic what? Event, or it happens in a cyclic manner. The next natural event is what? Dry and wet season. That one you have no control over it. In Ghana, December, January, that time, the atmosphere is so dry, the air is dusty. But during June, July, if you are going out, you have to make sure that your roofers, your doors, everything, you have what? Close and lock them. You also make sure that you are going with an umbrella because it's likely it will what? It will rain. So these are things that happen, and human beings have no control over it. That's why we are saying they are natural what? Phenomena, natural event that happens. So let's move on. Seasons in Ghana. What is a season? A season is a change in weather for a period of time in a year. In Ghana, there are two seasons in a year. They are dry or harmattan season. Two, we have wet or rainy season. So these are the seasons. Let me draw your attention to it once again, that dry season is the same as harmattan season, and wet season is also the same as what? Rainy season. Okay, so wet or rainy season, that is where it rains almost every day. Dry or harmattan season, that season too, it doesn't rain at all. Okay, so let's move on. Think picture. In groups of 4 learners, discuss what happens in the dry or harmattan season. The things you like and the things you do not like in the dry or harmattan season. Share your thoughts with the class. So during wet season, what do you see around? What are the things that happen? During rainy season too, there are a lot of things that happen. Which of them do you like? Which of them do you dislike? What are the things that happen during rainy season that you dislike? And what are the things that happen during dry season that you also dislike? So we are going to look at them. Now, the first one is what? Dry or harmattan season. What is it? So what happens in the dry or harmattan season? Now, during dry or harmattan season, these are some of the things that happens. Now, the first one, the sun shines a lot during the dry season. So this is the sun. During dry season, the sun, it shines a lot. So 1, 2, what do we have here? So here too, some plants die because they do not get water. So look at these plants, the leaves and the plant. You can tell that the plant is what? Dying. It's because it doesn't get enough water, or there is no water. So during dry season, the sun will shine, all plants, you see them dying. Now the next one, water bodies dry up. So look at this. This is water body. I believe this is river, but because it doesn't rain, it is what? Drying up. There is a lot of what? Dust. So look at the man, and you can also tell that he's riding bicycle in the middle of a town, but the whole town is dusty because of what? Because it doesn't rain. So we can tell this is around November, December, January in Ghana. So these are some of the things that happen during what? Dry season. Okay, so one, the sun shines a lot during dry season. Then we have seen that some plants die because they do not get water. Moreover, we have seen that water bodies also dry up, and then there is what? A lot of what? Dust in the air. Now we are saying that dry season starts from November and ends in April. So we should know the time. From November up to April, expect this thing. Dry season. Okay. Now let's look at dry season. Importance of dry season. So what are the things that happens that we benefit from during dry season? So we are looking at it. One, the heat from the sun helps us to dry our clothes. So during dry season, the heat is so strong. So we are able to dry our things, our clothes during what? Dry season. Two, farmers dry their produce. So cocoa farmers, that is where they go and then they harvest their produce, they dry it, and then they go out to take cash, exchange it for what? For money. Now the next one is that the weather becomes suitable for outdoor activities. So you know, outdoor activities, you go out to play football with your friends because it doesn't rain. The sun is giving you what? Good what? Weather. So during that time, outdoor activities are suitable. Now we have seen the benefits or the importance. What are some of the challenges or the problems that we have or that are related to dry or harmattan season? During that time, what are some of the challenges or the problems that we encounter? We are saying that one, people catch cold and cough because of the dust. Yes, because of the dust. If your immune system is not strong, you catch what? Cold and what? Cough. A lot of people, they will be coughing during what? Harmattan season because of the dust. Two, the heat causes heat rashes on the skin. So if your room, the ventilation is poor, you don't have AC, you don't have fan, even the windows and the doors are too small, you see the room becomes so hot for you that you get what? Skin diseases like what? Heat rashes. Okay, so the third one is that plants die because there is no rainfall. Another problem that we have during dry season is that the plants that we have around, they die because there is no water. The next one, the environment becomes dusty. So you should know that during harmattan season or dry season, if you are going to school and you polish your shoe, your black shoe with your white socks, by the time you walk from your house to the school, you see that the black shoe that you polish, within 10 minutes, it has changed to brown. So during that time, the environment becomes so dusty. So another challenge that we face, or another problem that we face during what? Harmattan season. The next one is that animals that feed on only grass do not get enough grass. So during harmattan season, you see the grasses that we have around, they all, you not see the grass to be green again. They will tend to be brown. They will be dying. Most of them die. And you see we have cow, these goats, sheep, they all go there to what? To graze. To graze means they eat the grass. So when they go there and they don't get this grass, what do you think will happen? So during that time, animals that feed on grass, they don't get what? Food to what? To eat. The next one is that the lips and skin becomes dry and cracked sometimes. So your lips and your skin, because of the weather, if you are not careful, you see cracks or you experience cracks, and then your skin too. So these are some of the things that or some of the challenges or the problems that are related to what? Harmattan or dry season. Do you also have different things that you experience during Harmattan season? Let me know. I'm listening. Do you have anything like that? Okay, but I believe these are the common ones that most of us experience during Harmattan season. Okay. Now, another activity, think per se. In groups of 4 learners, discuss what happens in the wet or rainy season. The things you like and the things you do not like. Share your thoughts with the class. So we are done with what? The dry season or the Harmattan season. We are looking at what? Wet season. Okay, so we are saying that during wet season or rainy season, a lot of things happen. What are some of these things that you like about rainy seasons? And what are some of the things that you dislike about rainy season? Okay, so let's move on. We shall see them. Rainy season. What happens in the rainy season or wet season? 1, plants grow well and their leaves become green. Plants grow well and their leaves become green. So if you look at this picture, you can see this maize farm. Look at the leaves of the plants. Very, very green. Okay. 2, water bodies get full and sometimes overflow their boundaries. So let's look at this. During rainy season, the water bodies, all of them, they become full and then the overflow. So that is another thing that we experience or we see. The next one is here. It rains almost every day. During wet season, almost every day it rains. So look at the children. They are all having umbrella. And they know that the season is likely it will rain. So whenever they are going out, they go with umbrella. So you should also know that when it is rainy season, anytime you are going out, get yourself prepared because it may rain. Now the next one is that flooding becomes common. So look at this place. We only experience flooding during rainy season. So during rainy season, we see a lot of flooding taking place in other places. Okay, so if your area, you know that area is prone to flooding during rainy season, you should get yourself prepared so that if something of that sort happens, you know how to manage yourself. Now the next one is this. Look at the girl. What do you think the girl is feeling? You can see the girl. Now I think you can see her. Do you think she is happy? Okay, so the weather becomes cold. So she's feeling cold. So during rainy season, the weather becomes so cold. That is where some of you always give excuse. My head, I can't go to school because you are feeling cold. You don't even want to bath. The boys too, they don't bath during rainy season. They will never bath. They will never bath. So those of you who are like that, change. I hope you are not like that or you are like that. I know for you, you will not be like that and you are not like that. Number 6, the ground becomes wet and slippery. So the ground becomes so wet and slippery. So if you are not careful, you fall down. Look at the boy. Look at the boy. Okay, so now we have seen some of the things that happen during rainy season, and we have also seen some of the things that happen during dry season. Now we are looking at importance of wet or rainy season. So when we enter into rainy season, what are some of the things that we benefit? What are the benefits that we get from rainy season? Things that we enjoy, the things that happens and we become so happy. Okay, so what happens during rainy season? 1, animals get food to eat. So because it rains almost every day, the grasses and all the vegetation, they are able to grow and grow well. So animals get what? Food to what? To eat. 2, farmers get water to grow their crops. So if you're a farmer and you need water, because it rains almost every day, water doesn't become what? Scarce. You get water wherever you go, and then you use it to do your farming, to grow what? Your crops. 3, we get more food to eat. Yes, because the plants get enough water to grow, they are able to produce, they are able to what? We get good yield from plants, or in our farming activities, we get good yield. Because of that, we get more food to eat. The next one is that the environment becomes very green and beautiful. So during what? Rainy season, because all the plants are what? Growing well. You see them, you see the greeny color of the leaves, those that have different colors too, you see them. So the environment becomes so beautiful. So beautiful. If you compare the environment during rainy season, if you compare it to what? Wet season, you see that during rainy season and dry season, you see that the difference is clear. During rainy season, the environment, the vegetation, the leaves, the plant that we see, they look so beautiful. But during dry season, no, they don't look beautiful. At all. So the next one is that the air is not what? Dusty. So during rainy season, the air is not what? Dusty. We are able to breathe and breathe well. Okay, so now, every good thing has its what? Bad side. Okay, so we have seen that during rainy season, there are a lot of things that happen for our good. Now let's look at the challenges or the problems related to what? Wet or rainy season. 1, flooding destroy properties. Flooding destroy what? Properties. So during rainy season, especially in Ghana here, every year people lose a lot of things because of flooding. A lot of their properties because of flooding. So that is one disadvantage. 2, the weather becomes very cold. This thing is a disadvantage, it's a problem. That is why sometimes you find it difficult during this time to even wake up and go to school. I know this is a major problem to you, right? Okay, so the weather becomes very cold. You don't want it. Okay, if I become God, I will change it for you. Or you still want it like that so that you stay in the house, you will not go to school. I will change it, you go to school. 3rd one, farmers are not able to dry their produce because of the rain. Farmers are not able to what? To dry what? Their produce. If let's say you want to dry your cocoa, the moment you spread the cocoa, then it starts raining. How will you dry it? You have to cover it, wait for another time. So farmers are not able to dry their produce. The next one is that the ground becomes muddy. The ground becomes what? Muddy. So if you are walking, you see your shoe, your sandals, your footwear becomes what? Very muddy. The next one is that clothes take longer to dry after washing. So you wash your things and you expect that, in 2 hours this thing needs to be what? Dry so that I can what? Put it on. But it will take longer than that. So during rainy season, clothes take longer to dry after what? Washing. Another thing per se here. So in groups of 4 learning, discuss what can be done to solve the problems of school compound getting muddy during the wet season. Share your thoughts with the class. So your place, anytime it rains, the school compound becomes muddy. You can't go out to play your normal football. You can't go out to do school activities and other activities. So what are you going to do to make sure that this problem will be solved? Now let's look at it. Things to do to prevent a muddy school compound during the wet season. So the first one is that 1, grow grass to cover the surface of the soil. So if you look at this one, look at the children. They are here enjoying during what? Rainy season, because because of what? The grass. So the grass has covered the surface of the soil. So you don't see any mud or muddy grounds here. So you see, the glass will help us to prevent muddy grounds. Now the next one is what? Drains. This is what? The drain. So when it rains, it will just pass through the rainwater, or what? Pass through. It will not fill these parts of the compound. It just pass through and then go away. So that is that. The next one is this concrete floor. Look at the children. They are playing. It has rained, but they are still playing because the floor is what? It's cemented. So if you have concrete floor, it will prevent what? Muddy grounds during what? Rain season. Now, we are bringing our lesson to a close. And what have we learned today? We have learned about the wet and dry what? Seasons. There are two seasons in Ghana. The wet season makes plants grow well and produce more food. The dry season, in the dry season, water becomes scarce and living things suffer a lot. So we have learned about seasons in Ghana. And we have mentioned that, or we have learned that there are two main seasons in Ghana. They are dry season and wet season. If you hear rainy season, we are talking about what? Wet season. If you hear Harmattan season, we are talking about what? Dry season. And we have also told you, or you have learned, that dry season has a period, and then rainy season also has a period. And one thing that you should know is that during rainy season, there are a lot of benefit that we get, and a lot of our challenges that comes with it too. And during dry season too, the same thing what happens. So these are the things that you should know. And all these things, they happen in what? In a cyclic manner. After rain or rainy season, the next season is what? Dry season. After dry season, rainy season will come. After rainy season, dry season will come. So it moves in that direction. That is why we call it what? Cyclic events. I believe you have enjoyed today's lesson. If nothing at all, you have learned that during rainy season, the weather becomes so cold. During dry season too, the ground becomes so dusty. And the atmosphere becomes dusty, the air becomes dusty. You can easily catch cold and cough. So these are some of the things that you should know about what? Dry season and what? Wet season. Now, I have exercises here for you. We have exercise 1, 5 questions. Exercise 2, 5 questions. Exercise 3, this is true or false, 5 questions. Exercise 4, exercise 5. Then home assignment. So let's read the home assignment. Share what you have learned about the 2 seasons in Ghana with your family. So you are going to share all the things that you have learned with your family. So go and tell your mother. Go and share it with your father. Share it with your friends, your family members, that today, this is what I've learned from Kokromoti series. On YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. So we are bringing our lesson to a close. Remember that apart from science, we also have Asante tree, we have a Kratom tree. You can get copies of this book and start using them. They are so good, they will help you. Okay, I expect you to do the assignment. Get copy of this book, read the test, watch the video again. If you have questions, just contact us. Contact your teachers, your parents, they will also help you. But make sure you do the exercise. My name is Paul Williams Ofori Jr. Bye-bye.